Hello, me famble them, we viewer them, we listener them. On a good afternoon, good morning, good evening, any sign of the world where you day, where they bring on a plenty greetings from the Unifier and from the Unifier Radio. Una de reach we live on this Saturday evening, Salon time 9 p.m. UK time 10 p.m., Eastern time 5 p.m., and Pacific time 2 p.m. When they reach we on we various social media platform them, we they on dunifier.com, that na the letter D, unifier.com. When I can also reach we on www.richardkonteh.com, Konteh with a K, www.richardkonteh.com, and una can reach me on the unifierradio.com. Again, the letter D, unifierradio.com. We also get the radio app where una can download both for Android and for iPhone. So una can download that day we go make it easy, follow una the reach we and listen to we. And we're there on all the social media platform there. We're there on Facebook, we're there on Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. We're also there on TikTok and we're there on WhatsApp. So I welcome everybody to this afternoon Unifier show. And as usual, we APC flag bearer aspirant Dr. Richard Konteh. Dr. Konteh, welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Valda. And always a pleasure for day on this program, and I look forward to some very fruitful discussions this evening.
Thank you, sir. And as usual, I go straight into the questioning. We beloved Mama Salon, na country where rumor and sabi for take a hold and take a strong grip on people, their mind, their mindset, their belief. So with a talk about other APC member them, they try for create a message, say, you, Dr. Konteh, you want sell the party to Southerner them. And that make you they focus on the South. And that make alter you then at the South. Do ya? We want for you put this to rest for we viewer them and we listen them. May they understand the work where you don't they do in the South, how then they benefit the party and what to make it necessary for do that work day. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Valda. Really, then a propaganda I made them continue for spread. Because APC na a national party. And because APC na a national party, we get for reach all over this country. So yes, at the mount a crusade for sell the APC party ideology, which the party stand for, the benefits that this party don't bring to this country, the party in record to the rest of the people of this country, so the people that will appreciate we and buy into the APC ideology. Yes, they make a crusade for go all over this country for make people them of this country get for appreciate the All People's Congress Party more. Anyway, you know, so this now Pauper regime Odepa, lights just go. So that's make you see the place just done dark. But I hope say when they see glimpses of me, and I hope say then go able for follow the program for me this evening. Thank you very much. So I'm really happy for that question. Yes, it's true indeed that I sell this party all over the country so that people then will buy into the APC trademark, and people then will see the value in the APC. Then will love the APC. They will vote massively for bring APC back to power in 2023 under the leadership of Dr. Richard Konteh. Because me believe say Sierra Leone we all are one, and I believe say we get to unify this country. I not believe in an APC that is just Northwest. I don't believe in an APC that is just Southeast. I believe in an APC that is national. We get national coverage where every single Sierra Leonean will see himself forget space in the APC. Will get a space in the APC, so it will able to actualize in fullest potential. And APC, we say everybody will get an identity. And APC, so everybody will feel at home. Where you say nobody no go see himself a stranger. That is my crusade. And that is my desire for my APC. And that is my desire for my beloved country, Sierra Leone.
Thank you so much, Dr. Konteh. Um, the current Pauper government don't govern in such a way that we they see some really deep divide at the country along tribal, political, and regional lines. Um, but the problem is it very difficult for let you go into any one family and find say they all come on a one tribe. In fact, me na a prime example. Me na Timini, I come out the north. My husband Amende, he come out the south. Some of the most beloved people then in my life, like me brother-in-law them, Jaya, Bosco, old man, me sister-in-law them, Tida, Mama, Ngadi, they all come out the south. But we love each other and we they function as a beautiful family. Um, but we they see this kind divide and we they notice in the country this kind and it almost look like saying that the government they sanction this divide. Say if you come on at this tribe, you know, for mix with anybody because then they give special preference or preferential treatment to their way. And they put a significant strain on families. And then family they are not then they vote them. How the unifier they work for change this dangerous trend.
You know, Valda, waiting I don't discover that when certain politicians not get anything for offer, then they revert to tribe. Then they revert to preaching ethnic politics. Then they revert to preaching regional politics. That just means they not get anything else for offer. So they get for depend on their tribe, forget identity. Me not believe in that. For me, when it comes to politics, I have one tribe, Sierra Leone. And I want to make every single Sierra Leonean feel himself not as local, Limba, Mende, Timni, Kuranko, Yaloka, whatever it is, but see yourself first of all as a Sierra Leonean. And then you can now think about whatever tribal leanings you think so you get. And I make we also think say if you look at the way Sierra Leone done with the intermarriages, with the way people they move, that they migrate from one place to the other, they go settle in areas where they not originate from. It hardly foresee anybody with in papa and mama. If you go back one or two generations, they all will come from the same tribe. It's not possible. You will always end up for find out, say, by the time you go one or two places back, this person here, it belongs to a totally different tribe. Me, for example, it depends on how far back you want to go. You go find out, say, we'll get Limba connections now with daddy side, So but you're not fine for go too far into these things, and you're not fine for dwell on these things. Let us first of all be Sierra Leoneans. After that, we can now be whatever we think we are. But I think say, this national identity now Allah will uphold, and that make me the unifier. And I'm really happy that me na local because I find out say we picking there we are the Mendes, we are the dominant tribe in the southeast, and they get along very well with locals. And I believe say because of that my identity as a local, I will and because I don't grow up in the north and I don't get that kind connection. My wife na a Timni, and I don't live na Limba, Soso, Timni, local communities for a very long time, and they communicate in some of these languages quite fluently, and that they understand a lot of Mende, and we get this affinity amongst yourself. I think they are best placed as a local for unify this country because we cannot afford to see ourselves as them against us, but rather let we see ourselves as one people. You know, like you always talk, say one. I like the SNP slogan: one country, one people. No matter all the practice am. That's the unfortunate thing. We are indeed one people in one country. And I think say that we suppose for uphold. And I make I get as my slogan, we all are one. And let we not see ourselves as being any different. And let we always see ourselves as brothers and sisters, and let we work together for unite this country. Under a Richard Konteh presidency, nobody will be disadvantaged by virtue of his tribe, his or her region, or his or her place of birth. We believe say those are factors where nobody no get control over. You no get control over whose papa get for Cambodia, whose mama get for Cambodia. You don't get any control over whose side you get for whose side they get for born you. You don't get any control over the region where you get for belong to. So therefore, when we don't come into this world, let us not be judged by our own potentials, by our own capacities, by whose kind education I don't get, whose kind exposure I don't get, whose kind experience I don't get that, and how I can utilize that day or push my country before and contribute to my country in development. So let we offer every Sierra Leonean an equal and unfettered opportunity for actualizing your potentials. And that I believe in, as Richard Konteh, that I believe in as the unifier for Sierra Leone. And I believe, say, given that opportunity, I will do my best to make sure, say, we heal the divides we don't become accentuated over the last 4 years. And I think say we cannot allow that to continue. We get for narrow the divide, we get for narrow and gradually. It will not come overnight, it will take time. I know that tempers have flared up, people have had bitter experiences, and people are very bitter, they're very sore. So it get to be a big challenge, but we will massage the process so that gradually, we get for the result. Good thing is that me gets a very good relationship with plenty of people from the southeast, and me go lead that crusade for send a message to everybody to say, hey, we have to put the past behind us, we have to come together, we have to move forward together. That's the message of the Unifier campaign. And that now basically what we believe say with the current Sierra Leonean state. We believe in one Sierra Leone for journey to actualize that.
Thank you so much, Dr. Conte. Just continuing to follow that line a little bit more. Um, when they talk about leader, then they can always talk, say, plenty time, the masses more ready for believe, for question all the good things within the hearing about a leader, but then go easily believe the bad things without a second thought. They're not going to even question that, then go just believe them. I just want to address one last idea or talk where they go around, where people then they talk say you seem for the care for the southerner them more than you care for the northerner them, and therefore because then seem for the see this by you, then the phrase say you go just continue the current trend for cater to only one tribe. Um, so I want for make you help with, especially with APC grassroots um, member them for rest around this issue where seem for the come up around you.
Dr. Richard Konteh care for all Sierra Leoneans, regardless of who say you come out. Richard Konteh don't grow up all in life in the north. I only privileged for go to school at the south, for go university at the south. I don't work most of my life, the greater part of my life, in and around Freetown. But I don't get the opportunity through my previous and current work for travel extensively around this country. And I don't indeed find out say Syrians are very loving people. Now we no more the bookman they try sometimes for confuse things. I don't do a lot for with people them who say I grew up in my home area, in my region, but at the same time, With every opportunity where I don't get for help, people from other parts of the country, I don't always endeavor to do that because, as I say, me, your stronghold na Sierra Leone. I not believe say I get a stronghold na any part of the country as against other parts of the country. Me your stronghold na Sierra Leone, and I believe say Dande na the way I intend for pursue this my campaign. And that is my crusade one day after. We not for begin see ourselves as only supporting one part of the country at the expense of other parts of the country. If we see the 10 years of APC regime under President Kuruma, for example, when we been they say we do roads in the capitals, we do them for all capital cities of Sierra Leone, regardless of whether or not that capital city find itself at the stronghold of the SLPP or the stronghold of the APC. When we say we tar the roads now all headquarter towns, we do now all headquarter towns. Also, they provide water supply now all headquarter towns, we do now all headquarter towns. Also, they provide electricity now all headquarter towns, we do now all headquarter towns. We know they discriminate. When we say we do uh, highways, big road projects, we do them all over the country. We make the whole country become a work sphere. You know, when we say we provide energy, we say we embark on rural electrification program. We decide for provide solar energy for every chiefdom headquarter town all over the country. We'll not just say if it just happen in one part of the country and not in another. Danny the show say APC gets a national character, a national flavor, and we believe say we get for spread development evenly across the country so that no country not will feel left behind. We believe say an APC government for be a national government and it will get a national flavor. And at that, Richard Konteh, they continue with when we come into governance this time next year. You know, this time next year, we're going to say next week, election. And we're going to say next week, we move neighbor there, APC, they come back, for can continue with the good works where APC does start with. So this is basically waiting. We believe in strongly. I get my nephew, for example, William. He married to somebody from the southeast. My younger brother, Dr. William Konteh, he married somebody from the southeast. I go to college at the southeast. Some of my best friends are from the southeast. Why for discriminate against them? Why for discriminate against those areas beside they come from? This country too small for me to begin divide yourself along those lines. When it comes to development, just spread it across so that wherever you go, you'll have a feel of what are the impact of an APC-led government. And this now waiting Dr. Richard Konteh want for pursue vigorously and ensure that we all as Syrians will feel ourselves to be part of this whole project called Sierra Leone. And we all contribute in various ways for make Sierra Leone the place we all will like, the place we all will want for live, the place we all will be proud of.
Thank you so much, Dr. Conte. Well, me famble them una they listen to we on dunifier.com. That's not the letter D, unifier.com. Una they also catch we on www.richardconte.com, Conte with a K, www.richardconte.com. On the catch we also on all we social media platform. Then we there on Facebook, we there on Instagram, we there on YouTube, we there on LinkedIn, we there on Twitter. We're also there on TikTok and WhatsApp. So when I can listen to we there, when I can also download we Unifier radio app. It's available for both Android and iPhones. So when I no go miss we at any time. When I just hear Dr. Richard Konteh, they talk about a strategy for unify the country. I ask him a question about some rumors where they go around say, oh, elect the Southerners more than the Northerners. So people in the afraid say the current trend where they when the Southerner then seem for they get all the advantages, in go continuum. But it just answer we say him as Dr. Richard Konteh APC government under Dr. Richard Konteh get a national outlook and it will be a national government we go spread development evenly, we not go discriminate against any tribe or any region. And at this kind person, we need another seats there. Dr. Conte, we know say you allude just now to the 2023 elections. In fact, you say by this time next year, we're going to talk say next week elections. Um, we don't hear you say the current power government, then they in serious organize and set up mode for this 2023 election. Then even they import people them from the diaspora for go saloon, for go register voter them. And we even now this small town we me dey, I know say people then come out from here for go saloon, for go register voter them. Knowing that not only that then they in this strong organizing mode right now, but also that then track record don't show we say they no get any qualms about using underhanded tactics. They can use any crooked means where they at their fingertips. And considering how critical this 2023 election day for we as an APC party, also you see the party stand now with organizing. Waiting you go say na the best route for get we party up to speed and ready for defeat this pauper government for 2023.
Well, Valda, for the first time I disappoint you. I'm not going to answer this question because I'm not going to disclose with strategy for counteract whatever the dubious plans where the SLPP then get. But one thing where I want for make everybody know that the APC is ready for any scenario we go present himself in 2023. Any scenario, APC is ready. We don't demonstrate in 110 that money not they work, that intimidation not they work, that thuggery not they work, that even attempt for rig not they work, that we can resist. And the unifier, where Dr. Richard Konteh, will play a very active part in the two rerun elections in constituency 110. And in both cases, we win massively against the SLPP. We go na Kwenadugu. We see all the attempts where they use state power, use the security forces, used neck against the APC for trying for steal victory from we. We win both elections. They disgracefully steal the cancel of elections from we, but the whole world know who that really win. We don't go na Tonko Limba. They disgracefully steal the election from we, but they make the whole world know where are we. We don't go na other parts of the southeast on by-elections. We don't succeed for significantly reduce the voter turnout. And we don't significantly increase the percentage of votes where they go for the APC against the SLPP. And the trend just to continue. So we are ready for any scenario where any political party go up for present to the APC. And I want for just say this, make nobody, and I repeat, make nobody, make no political party not underestimate the resolve of the mighty All People's Congress Party. The All People's Congress Party as a bloc will go into the 2023 elections ready for defend we votes with every fiber in we. We no go allow a repeat of 2018. We don't assure the people of this country for say we dey bring back to this country and to governance in this country the type of governance architecture where they allow everybody to feel itself a part of the government machinery, and not a one in which they just make a government for a few against the many. So 2023, we will ensure say there will be no ballot stuffing. We will ensure say no security forces no go intimidate we. We will ensure say even though we don't experience state capture in the last 4 years, but we go neutralize them with appropriate counter strategies. And I want to make everybody know say we are ready. And I want to reassure the membership of the APC that under the leadership of Dr. Richard Konteh, I will lead from the front. We shall go against them. We shall win and redeem this country and restore hope to every Sierra Leonean. So that once again, we can breathe a sigh of relief. Once again, we can feel the love, the peace, the tranquility we characterize an APC government in this country. Sierra Leone has to move on as one unit. And we in the APC will work together for ensure we actualize that. And will not go yield to any blackmail, will not go yield to any intimidation, will not go yield to any threats. Anybody try that, they make a terrible mistake, cannot go succeed. And may nobody not underestimate the resolve of the APC. We're a very resilient party. We're a very united party. There's no division in the APC. Now, power struggle there in the APC. And with the new structure we in place, we believe that we will allow a level playing field and let the best man win. And all of us will rally around whoever will emerge as a flag bearer, and we will ensure victory for the APC. And we'll ensure say this country as a whole, Sierra Leone, will enjoy that victory because we will see them expressed in the governance machinery we go there in place. And we believe say God, where they watch we and they understand we act, will make sure say that happen. Sierra Leone need a leader with God fearing. The Bible is very clear. It say when people then will not believe in God, then they govern a country, then people then they suffer. But when somebody will get the fear of God, they govern the country they prosper. That is the type of leadership that Dr. Richard Konteh provided this country. I mean, we believe in prayer. Every month we pray and fast for we campaign for this country for 7 days because we believe, say, we need God's intervention. We call on all Sierra Leoneans, regardless of the current political leanings. Let us put Sierra Leone first. If you think that the trajectory we there with neighbor them, they take we over the last 4 years, that you have to continue with over the next 6 years, please have a rethink. If you think, say, this country need change for the better, then vote for the APC and vote for Dr. Richard Konteh as the presidential candidate for the APC. I believe, say, when we go to convention, I will emerge as a flag bearer and I will lead my people and ensure, say, I get broad acceptability across all regions in this country so that people, they don't say, I don't demonstrate over the years. For say, I'm a very liberal person. For say, I'm open to all shades of opinion and I'm a unifier. And I can bring this country back together and set it on the right trajectory for sustainable peace and development. God be my helper.
Thank you so much, Dr. Konteh. If I'm with them, Unadoyeri, Dr. Konteh, they talk about Usai Iwan lead we country go, and he get the same message. We all now one, he ready for work for unify the country, and he ready for make sure say every Sierra Leonean feel and know say then are part of the country, then are part of the citizenry. Thank you so much, Dr. Konteh. I want to shift gears a little bit and just discuss the condition in the country right now, because every presidential election, waiting day at stake in reality, na the life of the people them, the everyday living conditions of the people them. Now him they at stake when we get presidential election. But as it is right now, we know say people then are saloon, they're very, very dissatisfied. They're not happy at all with the current conditions, with the current government. And then they talk all the time. Then they use what they're like the ground dry. Then they highlight all the time the blatant abuses of their human rights. Then they, I mean, the situation so bad that even when people then go show support for their own um person where they want for see represent their region or their constituency, then they afraid for let them take them picture them because Bambai then go post on our social media and then they go make them target. And we can't not be in so. We can't not be in so at all. Um, with this backdrop, President Bill addressed the House of Parliament on the occasion of the state opening of the fifth session. He say, and this now a direct quote, he claims say, then don't we have transitioned, and I quote him in English because now in English he talk. We have transitioned from the UN Peacebuilding Fund framework, and we are now transforming our nation into a just, peaceful, cohesive, and productive one. Do ya? I want to let you enlighten with viewer then let you make let them understand the situation and the condition of the country from your own experience where you they fight for the people then with respect to them claim they are. I know say I've been bring this question up a couple of weeks ago, but we not been really get time for deal with them properly. So I've been just want for let we revisit something similar. So Dr. Conte, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, some 2 hours ago, I've been there in Koso Town, and I've been there for address Sierra Leoneans because some women them, the Koso Town, Grafton, Hastings community, they say they want to see me, so they invite me. So I go on a walkabout, and we go meet in one school. And for me, these moves what they make now also an opportunity for interact with the grassroots people in this country and for listen to waiting like their message where they break. So today I've been get a very touching testimony from one woman. Na mende woman. The woman is say una do ya una allow me talk. So I say una get the mic. And the woman say, he say, don't taste small na this country. He say, Ideya under Tijan Kaba a regime, he not ever broke stone. He said he lived under an Eskuruma in 10 years. He not ever broke stone. Say, but under this current government in 4 years, in the broke stone is showing hand. Now, in your way for demonstrate within a hardship. I listened to one other man, one trader with an interviewer from Kwenadugu. He said, all in life, we don't talk about this country. See, there's never been a time where the Guinean franc stronger than the Sierra Leone, than the Leone, Nasalo. For him, that's so it measure hardship. Because that it translate into high prices, into inflation, and all the attendant consequences. So when you use these two, you really see say that they clearly show say this country, the situation is already terrible. I'm not going to talk about each of petrol prices. We don't go from 6,500 for the liter to 18,000 and rising. You know, some 2-3 months ago, I've been doing an interview with the information minister. I've been there on television with the information minister with the debates petroleum pricing and the petroleum crisis. And I tell them, say, even that 15,000 where they don't fix, I say it's artificial. I say it not reflect reality. I say you'll go up very soon. That is 18,000. And they repeat, say, they don't do so badly that they try for hide the depth of the mess where they don't create. That price they change before the next election, before December. They go up to 20 plus. Because things have just gone so bad and they not seem to get a clue how to fix them. I don't offer to the Minister of Information, say, I'm ready for me to the Minister of Trade for share some thoughts with them about how we've been doing. Because I love the country. And for me, it's not about party, it's about country. I say, I'm ready for engage with them, for give us some ideas about how we've been doing, how we will manage the economy. So that they're not going to mess up this year too badly to make it become too difficult for you for recover. So if they're going to begin the correct small, it go better. But they're not ready for land. And they're not ready for make the help them. Then just believe say they can go it on their own, and as a result, that they drag we all into the mud. Really unfortunate. I cannot wait for June 24 where we begin to see the back of the family there. So, you know. Now, and waiting na the most worrisome thing for me, na the misinformation where they are back up and back up. Misinformation. They just believe in propaganda, 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 propaganda. Why them believe say them get for the lie with every opportunity? I cannot understand. This talk with President Bio they talk about, make a simplifier. You know, when we we start when a country they come out of war, a very fragile. Okay, the UN system when they do direct uh, implementation because they believe that the country not get capacity, the country fragile, because just come out of war, and so they not dey even allow we too much independence in doing things. So even the resources where we they receive, now then the manager for we will not get that overall control over it. Okay, so we then they implement directly inside the country. But since the war done several years now, naturally we don't graduate from that one to a national implementation framework. We say now then they allow the country for make we self now begin to implement. So they give we money now for make we implement, but of course under an agreed framework. This not get anything to do with how well this government don't perform. It just has to do with the fact say we don't left go out of war for such a long time, and so we don't come to stability. Just like some few years back, even in the early years of the APC, they be classify this country as unsafe, and therefore any UN staff where they come at this country, they give them risk allowance. Boku money. They say because you dey now a place where not safe. And in addition to that, they give their R&R. I mean, frequently every 3-4 months or so, you go away or go rest and relax because they believe say it's not gonna be such a bad place for them. Even the reality of the ground was very different. Not just the UN the your way where they operate. You know, and so now we're in this system where gradually that they don't change, you know, because but even at that, we also still the grapple. If you now observe, Sierra Leone for sheep kind of Sierra Leone is more expensive than for sheep go now other countries like Ghana, because we still not succeed yet for make them reclassify the country as a safe country. They still classified as a war zone, and therefore they get for add a surcharge for insurance when they bring commodities inside this country. So we need to work on that quickly, but reassure will people them say this country is now safe? Unfortunately, some of the actions or inactions of this administration no dey help that situation. But definitely when Dr. Richard Konteh take over as president next year, we go ensure say we quickly try for reverse that trend so that we could begin bring things into this country. The freight cost will become much lower. And when we couple that up with reductions in custom duty and other port charges, it will make it cheaper for anybody for import things into this country, and therefore that benefit will be transferred to the consumer. Because what people in governance need for understand that any increase in costs for the businessman, they be around more, it dey transfer to the consumer. So if you reduce the costs for the businessman, you reduce the transactional costs for the businessman, it costs am cheaper for bring in commodities, then naturally it will mean lower prices for the consumer. It will mean more benefit for the average owner. That is why Dr. Richard Konteh is saying, when I become president, we go take concrete steps for reduce taxes significantly. We go reduce tariffs significantly. We go reduce corporation tax. We go make them easy for the foreigners, for the business people, for come and invest inside this country, so that when they invest inside this country, the IRR will increase in the rate of return, the profit margins then will increase, so that they will make money. And when they make money, they will pay tax to government, they will employ most of the that they will invest more, and the benefits well could not only to the country but to the individual in this country. And I've been on talking in a previous interview. I say part of the problem we make we go always continue forget this situation wherein the government can fit say the only way where it go survive na for sack all the people from the other party and employ the own people there for make them carry to go. And because options not there, and it is bad. Now I make under my administration, just like waiting I've been do when I've been be Minister of Trade. Now that we go improve we rankings significantly in the ease of doing business indices. We go ensure say we protect the contracts people they enter into. We will ensure say we give them a very competitive package. We will ensure say we fix the social infrastructure, we fix the fiscal, the financial infrastructure of the country, and fix the other amenities the way they need for reduce the cost of doing business, the transactional costs for the business, so that they get reason why they for come and invest more into this country. Because we in the unified team believe say the private sector get for be the engine for economic growth and prosperity. And because that be the case, we believe say if we get for give for jumpstart this economy quickly, we get for do am with the private sector. And that is why we're going to take those concrete steps for reassure investors that they can come back. And as soon as in all my interviews now, and even when I become the flag bearer proper for this, for the APC, I get to go around on a tour for reassure investors, for say, may they begin prepare for comeback, because Sierra Leone will be open for business. Sierra Leone will be open for make people then come and come, either they do direct investments or they establish partnerships with government, or they establish or other partnerships with the domestic private sector for trying to ensure say we boost the economy, we industrialize, we add value, and create necessary impetus what we need to take this country back on that get to development. So these are the things where we believe could do. So make nobody not try for mislead people by thinking that just because the UN don't transition from a dip to a nip type of system, not because of anybody in good works. No, it's just that the reality is that we don't come out of war for too long. We don't build infrastructure, don't build institutions over the years from Pakaba in terms Ernest by Koroma in term, and some of these decisions had already been taken during the Ernest by Koroma regime, and we're just seeing the benefits of waiting that those things that they happen. Just like the last time when they begin jump and dance about MCC, and I say, hey, not so fast. I said because as somebody that be minister or chief of staff or chief minister, and we be don't oversee the MCC process, and we be don't take this coin to at the verge of being of winning the compact. I know exactly what's involved, and I know say there's no way where the American government will release money to this government under the MCC. No way. I said, slow down in a celebration. That money, no, they come in a hurry because the yardstick where they use for approve we not to anything we get for do with this present time of our work. I think so they would where now follow up from the past regime activities, but more importantly, now some misinformation where una they present to the international community because through una lobbies the way that they spend so much money on for make them launder their image, and because they spend an obscene amount of money on PR. So I believe that is the issue. But the moment, if you read the UN Human Rights Report of the state of Sierra Leone recently, if you read that report, you will not know clearly for say things are so terrible at the moment in this country. No sane government will pour in $500 million just like that. When it was about Corona, because of compassion, because of the suffering of the innocent people and the rabid people that die, yes, they will make those interventions, they'll make those donations. When the effect of Corona is magnified, as they try for doing in this country, then yes, people that will say, make people not suffer, so let's help. But the reality is now dawning on them, and I'm confident that they will not release that money. But I believe, say, when APC come to power next year, this time, we go restore confidence in the international community. We go win the compact, we go receive the money, and we go use that for fix the energy and water supply problems, especially in the western area, permanently. And I will not tell people that already about how me feel say we get for address the water problem. I believe so we cannot have this ocean and we fail to have reliable water supply in this country. We go do what the Egyptian ambassador began telling me in my office. He say, Doctor, how now we get this ocean? Then they suffer for water in this country. How now we get all this rainfall? Where they carry this country, then they suffer for water inside western area. So we go learn from that and we go see how we can bring in the most current updated technology for get water from the sea, desalinate them, purify them, and pump them into into homes, and how we could use other localized water supply mechanisms, using boreholes and then use gravity for spread water in the small communities. But we must fix the water problem permanently in this country, just as we fix the light problem permanently in this country.
Thank you very much, Dr. Konteh. I really appreciate that answer there, and I'm sure say we viewers and we listener there also appreciate that answer there. Um, we don't dey come toward the end of we show where I can give you the last 10 minutes for make you address we APC grassroots voters, make you address the potential delegates we get for vote in the flag bearer, and tell them why make now you now the only viable flag bearer candidate waiting for support we go able for carry APC go to victory in 2023.
Thank you very much, Valda. Tomorrow morning, I dey left for go Blama, and I dey go for go train polling agents for the by-election wey dey take place at Blama. After that, I go head to other wards na the country which I would get by elections, and I go end up na Tonkolili for the elections over the coming weekend. The reason why I dey go there? Now for continue with I don't always start, for always be there for me people them when they need me, for always be there for protect the interest of the ordinary APC person, for they for protect the broader interest of the APC party, for they for work with others for ensure victory for the APC where we can have victory, and for ensure say they're not stuff, they're not rig, they're not do the wrong things in elections and put the APC at a disadvantage in any other part of this country. And so we don't get a strategy where we don't the pilot in all the by-elections, and we don't demonstrate over the years for say we get a capacity for do that. And so from time to time the party they request we campaign for come in and contribute. And because we so love we party, at me own cost, nobody to give me a dime for go work for me party. They just need for tell me the word, and they with help from friends and family members, we dey go. And from my own personal resources, we dey go to every by-election and they take advantage of every opportunity for reach out there to every citizen for protect and defend the interests of the APC. So we'll be in Blama tomorrow, God willing, and I will make stops on the way and talk to members of the party as necessary to make we understand what they happen. I'm not saying right now they see we are at the stage where we all anxious for make the PPRC go now publish the rules and regulations where they be done submit to them. Since they did not publish it, we expect say if it don't be this week, this past week it not happen, but I would hope say this coming week we go get the rules and regulations published, so we go know exactly what's in the inside. We don't get some leakages, some leaks into the public domain about some provisions where they decided we know say it is not, it might not be the official document. We know say it might not represent exactly what it did in the real document where the 21-man committee don't keep in the dark. They not share them with anybody outside the 21-man committee. But we are getting ready for the worst case scenario. And that worst case scenario will be waiting there inside the document. We don't leak out, and they continuously they sensitize with people across the country in readiness for whatever is going to come. But one thing I want for make APCians all over the country will understand that the fact say whatever happens, we get for see ourselves as one. It should not be them against us. It should be us working together for a common vision, a common purpose, a common goal. The 21-man committee gets a golden opportunity for do or undo themselves. We get a meeting with them last week. Find out say most of them are very young guys with a whole bright future ahead of them. The advice to them is that you have an opportunity through this assignment for either do or undo on ourselves, for either make on ourselves credible for the future, or for ruin on our careers and truncate on our careers permanently. Una get an opportunity now for really they in a position for make una prove to the world that you can do things differently, that it will not be the same old story, that we no go allow una selves for make them buy una cheaply, or for make them treat you like work oxen, where somebody else they direct una movement or what they do or not they do, but that una get a mind of una own and una can do it. The team come across to me as a group of young, dynamic, intelligent people. I get tremendous respect for them. I get tremendous confidence in them. I just worried that external influences and they try, they weigh down heavily on them. I do pray say they will get the shoulders for able to resist and just brush them off and focus on what will lie ahead. I hope say they will quickly move on for set up the 25-man committee where Nange for be responsible for the conduct of all the elections from the lower level right up to the NDC. The reason why they need for fast track that process now because that committee self need for start for work out the details about how they get for go about the election. It is not easy. They also need time for their planning day. And I believe say any week where they delay that process, they just compound the problem down the road. I understand say a few people don't write a few letters here and there. I want to appeal to those people for say, Unadia, if you have concerns, come to the secretariat, engage with the 21-man committee. Let we find an amicable way for resolve. Let we learn lessons from wetin don happen this process so far for say, and let we know say the courts not to the best place for settle the differences. The courts not to the best place for settle scores. Let us be African for once. Let us come back into our family and let us address some of these issues internally. No document no will ever come out from any institution wey perfect wey everybody go be happy with. No constitution no go ever come out wey perfect wey everybody go be happy with. Even the American constitution, there are provisions that people are not happy with. Right there they talk about gun control in America. Even with all the deaths wey don happen, there are still some people wey believe say dem not for it take away people the right to guns. So this is democracy. Will they get different shades of opinion? So be it. But what's important now that at the end of the day, let we do things where they in the best interest of Sierra Leone. So dear, as APCians, let we withdraw those objections. Let's come and make the objections internally so that we resolve them internally. Some of us don't admonish the chairman committee for me to set up a stakeholders forum where the people can come and register their grievances, and then elders will superintend the process for seek an amicable settlement so we can move on fast. We will not need again for begin split hairs over legalities here and there because it will only delay the process. We will not need for begin go to the court again for go move emotions for seek interpretation here, for seek clarification here. It will just delay the process for we further. We have a ruling, we have a fair understanding of the things. There are concrete actions that need to be taken. Let's move on this convention, let the best man win. And then when the best man or woman wins, let us all rally around that best man or woman for ensure victory. Sierra Leone and the APC need a leader who will bring this country back together. We need a leader who will unify this country. We have been divided, polarized, and set apart for all these last 4 or 5 years. It's not helpful. We don't come across people that would have lost their jobs for just a simple reason that they come from one tribe or the other, or they come from one region or the other, or they believe, say, they're sympathetic to one political party or the other, or they associate them with one politician or the other. Wrong. It's not supposed to happen. We need for quickly close ranks. We need for quickly close ranks for redeem this country. We need a leadership we understand about elections. We go to protect with votes. We're not going to sit down back and allow when they steal with victory from we. We're a fearless leader. We can lead from the front and not from the back. We need a leader who will bring incompetence together because no single individual has a monopoly over the solutions to the problems of this country. No single individual not get them. We therefore bring people together. But for make people bring your colleagues together, it starts with you respecting them and acknowledging that they are important. If you not respect them, if you not acknowledge, say, they're self-important and therefore then get positive contribution they can make, how you go bring them together? Let this mamikos stop. You cannot win your way to become a flag bearer through mamikos. It's not helpful. If you don't hire surrogates for cost people their mama, how will you, if you win, come back to ask them to support you, to work with you? How? It could be an uphill task. That is why we in the Unifier campaign have ensured that in all these 4 years of our campaign, we have never insulted anybody. We have never gone against anybody. Even though they don't insult we, they don't vilify we, they don't mount all kinds of smear campaigns against we. All we have done is to take advantage of every opportunity we get for giving your side of the story in a very civil and civilized manner, in a very peaceful and calm manner. We not believe, say, just because somebody is supporting the next person and not you, that makes the person your enemy. No, not choice, not right. If you want them to change your opinion, reach out to them and talk to them. That's what we are doing in the Unifier campaign. We are reaching out to people across the broad spectrum, regardless of their current affiliations, because we believe, say, 24 hours is a very long time. Somebody can be supporting your opponent today, but maybe in a week's time, it will be a different scenario. So we present with in terms of what we capable of doing. I would say, don't judge us based upon the promises we will make or we are making, but judge us based upon our antecedents, what you know about us, what we have done with track record. Use the track record for determine whether what we say, nothing that we can do. We in the Unifier campaign believe, say, we have a clean track record, have a track record of delivery, have a track record of performance, we have a track record of prudence, we have a track record of transparency and accountability. And we believe, say, whenever we don't get the opportunity in life, even as a teacher, as a lecturer, as a civil society activist, as an NGO worker, as a minister in government, we don't always demonstrate, say, we can deliver, that we are clean, that we are upright, that we can get things to happen. That is what Sierra Leone needs. Sierra Leone needs a unifier. Sierra needs somebody who can get things done and get things to happen. Sierra needs somebody who is honest and God-fearing. Sierra needs somebody who can defend the APC and ensure victory for the APC and not allow anybody to trample upon our rights as APCians. Me, Dr. Richard Konteh, present myself to the APC as a humble servant, ready for serve the party, ready for continue with my legacy, for continue with the hard work we have done demonstrate over the years, for continue for show me loyalty and commitment to the party, for continue for show me love for the mighty APC, and for call on others for Lord rally together, Lord come together, Lord work for redeem this country and give victory to the APC and make sure this country go back to which we all want a country where we all go so love, a country where we all go want to see and be proud of, a country where will be again the Athens of West Africa, the land that we love, our Sierra Leone. God be our helper.
Wow, what a fitting end to this interview. Thank you so much, Dr. Konteh. I don't want to spoil the ending where you give by saying anything further. I just want to remind we listener and say we get we radio app both for Android and iPhone. When I can download that one day, when I catch we every week on Saturday, 9 p.m. Salon time, 10 p.m. UK time. Um, 5 p.m. Eastern Time and 2 p.m. Pacific Time. When I can catch we every Saturday at that time. And then throughout the week, if you're not tuning to the Unifier Radio, on Agoyeri, the program they repeat. So when I can listen to that day. Also, I encourage all we listeners and viewers for share the recorded version where we they share on we social media platform them, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, as well as WhatsApp. So on just the unifier, don't talk to we. And I want to thank everybody. We viewer them, we listen them. I want to thank on all for when they make time every week for can listen and for can hear waiting the unifier plan for we Mama Salon. I know say when they can because we all get an interest in we country. But make I just say a few keywords where Dr. Konteh used just now. He say Ion government don't demonstrate, say they able deliver. They able deliver within they say then they deliver. They get a track record of performance, of prudence, of accountability, and democracy. It also talks in campaign is characterized by honesty and fearlessness. And I believe in identity and we need in the next leader. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Dr. Konteh. You want to say goodbye to we listener and viewer them?
Yeah, Fambo Lemona, thank you for this time when I not share with we. We hope so that we'll spend time for go back now we websites or we'll go back on Facebook, go back on YouTube for just go listen and replay some of these things. Then we digest them as we prepare ourselves for next week here for we engagements. Sierra Leone, now we all Leone. And now we all have to work together for make a better place. May God help you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody, and goodbye till next week.